Okay, ladies, gentlemen, whoever we have out there. Hey, Stace. Oh, I feel loved. She's on a plane to Germany, guys. Okay, I got Kathy, I think. Okay. Just a quick run through of products we're going to use. Hopefully I'll remember the names so Stacy doesn't cringe too bad, but she'll forgive me eventually. Okay, first stencil we're using is Blocked. That's one of our fun newer stencils. It's just little squares. And then I'm using this portion of our off the grid set. So the off the grid set comes with 3 different stencils. Okay. And I'm using this one. Okay. Next, we'll be using 3 of the different gemstone paints. Garnet, Amber. So the garnet's the red. Ooh, it's a little dark. It's really a dark, deep red. And then, oh, I hate this word. I can never say it right. Radiolite. It's that pink gemstone that's really pretty. So maybe you can see the cap a little bit better there. Okay. We're going to use Barbie's Coloration. That's that really our new hot pinkish color. So you can see the gemstones down here. We're going to use Clear Coat Dazzle, which is got the gold glitter in it. If you can kind of see that there. Okay. We're going to use Immaculate, which is one of our new Minx, and it's black, but it has a blue mica in it. Okay. Sorry, I don't have labels on mine. I took them before Stacy could give me the labels. I'm sorry. They'll have labels soon. Okay. And then I have Radiance, which is orange. And you can see that these are very fluid inks. And you can see all of the shimmer that's in that bottle. Okay. Allure, which is my yellow. And I'm running low on it already. But here you go. Yes, Roxanne, you are in that picture because you're such a pretty girl. Marilyn's in that picture, and Stacy's in that picture, and Robin's in that picture, and I'm in that picture, but I was trying to hide in the back. And let's see, Enchanting, which is the pink Minx. Okay. And Indulgence, which is another really deep red. It goes very well with Valentine and Garnet. And I believe that's it. I think. Okay. And then the other stuff that we're using that isn't Art Anthology project is just some clear gesso, a verse stamp, a background stamp, stays on ink, couple pens, and just a few little embellishments, wire, beads, and things like that. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And we will go from there. Okay? Put that up there so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I always start by coating my page with some clear gesso. Normally I do this off camera for you guys, but my kids took longer in bath than they're supposed to. So you'll have to bear with me for a second. Okay. And the reason why I use clear gesso is just to give my cardstock a little bit of, I don't know, I guess just a little bit of teeth, a little bit of grip. So my inks don't just get sucked right into the paper. Lets them move around a little bit, lets me play with them a little bit longer. Just gives me a better surface to work with. I still use a textured cardstock because then I still get the dimension or just the texture. I guess that's the best word for it. Okay. a little too much. Story of my life. A little excess here and there. Never hurt anybody, right? And you can see that I picked up a couple different colors off my mat with my clear gesso. That's okay. They'll go away. Okay. I'm going to heat set this real quick. It won't take but just a second. Sorry about the noise. I know that it's horrible. Oh, Stacy, I wish you weren't on a plane going by yourself. We miss you. Almost dry. This dries really pretty quick. And again, I do apologize that I didn't have that done ahead of time. Normally I have a stack of them, but I just don't know what happened. Bad limit. I'm grounded. Okay, I think I'm almost dry. Okay. Really needs to be a dry surface so everything moves the way that I need it to move. Okay. So I'll let you in on a little secret with this layout. When I started, I had a different layout sketch in mind. And once I started moving the ink, it changed on me. So I'm going to recreate this little wave across here, and hopefully I'll be able to get these inks to move the right way again. I did start with our yellow Minx first, and the reason why I started with the yellow one first was because I didn't want it to get gobbled up by the red, so I wanted to know where it was going to be before I put the reds on. Okay? So without being too deliberate, I just started adding some drops. Okay? Ooh, good thing I put the lid back on that. Okay. Now, originally I picked it up and I started blowing on it, but I figured I'd let you guys see it move. So we're going to try a straw. And this happened in Stacy's kitchen a while back, so those of you that were there, you'll remember. And you can see that ink just moving. Just keep moving your paper. I might pass out. Okay. And anywhere that I got little puddles left, I'm just going to hit with my fan brush and move it a little bit. Okay. And then I'll go back later and add some more splatters. Now I'm going to dry this color again because I don't want it to muddy up too much with the second color. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a heat tool. I'm always trying to see. Oh, Jax, I'm sorry. It's hard to figure that out. couldn't figure out the first time I did it why no one was chatting with me because I was on the social stream too. It makes you feel better. Okay, almost dry, just getting those couple spots. And then I'm going to go ahead and work in the orange. The trick with using the Minx is you want to make sure that you do shake them so you get all of that mica, the shimmer mixed up into each drop. Okay? And I'm working in my colors from light to darkest. That's usually the way I tend to do things. Again, not deliberate, but not 100% random either. Okay. And a little bit more straw. Sorry if my head's blocking the view. Again with a fan brush, just picking those up a little bit. Okay. I think this is definitely moving more with the straw than it did when I picked it up and blew on it. So it's going to look a little bit different, but still pretty. Next I'm going to work in pink and then red, and then I'll move on to a little bit less things. Okay. And now pink. And now I did shake these up when I showed you them originally, but they've already settled. So like I said, every time you open them, you want to make sure that you shake them up again. Ooh, got a little crazy with that one. I lost some on my paper, so I'm going to go ahead and I left some on my craft mat, so I'm going to flick that on here first. Okay. I grab a paper towel before that goes somewhere. Okay. Now you can see when they hit the other colors, they are reacting again. If I hadn't dried them at all, they would really have muddied up quite a bit. So that's why I'm drying in between each one. There we go. And last, just a splatter of the red. Almost there. They're water-based inks. Am I getting booed or is Stacy getting? Oh, okay, you got booted. Ah, yeah. Put your glasses on, Lanette. I'm going to use that stencil that is part of the Off the Grid. And I just want a little bit. I want to control it. I don't want it too heavy, and I don't want it all over my page. So I'm being a little picky here. So I'm going to use some paper towel to cover up parts of my page that I don't want to get this. Okay? And like I said, I used Barbie. And just a fine mist. Okay. Okay. I don't want all that to go to waste, so let's flick some of that on there as well. And then I'll stick that in an art journal, and we'll use that another time. Okay. Am I out of focus here? Okay. Woo. Let's see if I can get something to get us in focus. Okay. It's a little better. Maybe a Sharpie will do it. Give it something to focus on there. Okay. Next, I'm going to use a little bit of the black, which is of the black Minx, which is immaculate, and it's got a blue mica in it. This time, I'm not using the dropper. I'm just using my fan brush. And I'm dipping it right in. I'm not going to wipe any of it off because I want the bigger drops. So I'm just going to tap my fan brush and get some bigger drops. Wipe it off and go back for the finer ones. Okay. Now I want that black to dry without moving around too much. So I'm going to dab it a little so it doesn't get too muddied into the colors, and dry it up. And then I'm going to go back over and work in some of the areas that need a little bit more attention with some different colors. Okay. So our picture is going to go right around here. So I'm going to see where I want more ink to be. So I'm going to want more definitely here. Okay. And I think that I'm going to want a little bit of red. So I'm going to go back here. And again, random, but pretty deliberate. And a little bit of pink. Okay. There we go. That's better. That's why it's a good habit to make sure that you put your lid back on your Minx before you put it down, because if you knock it over, it would be a bad thing. As you've heard, I've knocked mine over several times already, and that would be a very, very bad thing. Okay? Okay. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and add in just a little bit of orange splatters with my fan brush. Make sure that that's clean before I do this. Okay. And then we are all done with our Minx. I'm going to dab this dry, and then we're going to move on to our next step. Okay, I'm not 100% sure where my social stream just went, or my chat box. So I do apologize for that if I miss any questions. I don't want to do anything to lose it. Okay, so we're going to move this to the side, let it dry just a little bit before I start on it, and then we're going to decorate the mat a little bit. And for that, we're going to use the gemstones. I use the gemstones for this because it's very fluid. It's not as thick, and it's got a ton of pigment in it, and it's very easy to move around. So again, starting with my lightest color and working forward, I'm not putting too much on my finger. I just want to roughly brush it on the corrugated cardstock. So I'm just rubbing it on, just very, very, very little. And that's just I'm just grunging it up a little bit, I guess, even though it's a pretty color, so I don't think that it's grungy. But just adding a little bit of something to it. Okay. I think we're going to be done a little bit earlier tonight. I'm not going to take a full hour on you guys. A little bit of the pink. And you can see that just really very quickly adds a lot of color with just a tiny bit of paint. They are heavily, heavily pigmented. And you don't really have to do the middle because you're only going to see the edges of it because the picture peeks out. But, okay, and some garnet. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Quick heat. Okay. And back to the layout. So I wanted to frame this in and add some more lines to bring this page together, opposed to just leaving it all crazy. I wanted to frame this in and give this some focus. So just some rough lines using a Sharpie. That Sharpie doesn't want to work for me, so I'll grab an ink pen. There we go. Not worried about my lines being straight. Not worried about them being even. Well, I am worried about them being straight, or I wouldn't use a ruler. But not even. Okay. Okay, that just brings it in a little bit. And of course there's paint on my hand, and that's why I'm getting stuff all over my page. Which is okay, because I used a little bit of gesso on my paper. I'll be able to wipe that off before it's dry. There we go. Problem solved. Another reason why you should use gesso on your paper. Okay. So now I'm going to figure out the placement of my picture again, so I know where I'm going to add my next layer. And my next layer is through our blocked stencil. Okay. It's going to be right about there. So now let me frame this first. So where this is going to go right here. So let's get this frame on here first. That way you guys don't have to wait for that to dry 100%. So I lied. We're going to frame this first. Sorry. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to add some clear coat through a stencil. So let me grab my tool. Just going to use a little spatula. And I'm going to work this clear coat randomly around the page. Just picking the stencil up, moving it along with me. And just working down the page. Okay. There we go. Put that in my water. And let's dry this up just a smidgen so I can put this all together for you. And then once the little squares dry, will just be little packs of gold glitter around the page. Little cubes of gold glitter. Which is picking up the cubed look from the stencil as well. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of background stamping. Just grabbed a tiny little, this one's nice, it's kind of a fine one. I don't know what it is. It might be, I think blue ones are usually Prima. I like to roll my stamps and not give them too much. Don't want it to just be a cube on there. I just want a little bit of it randomly on there. And mainly I'm just going around where I went in with my ink pen. And just adding some texture to those lines. And I'll go back and add some doodling around the lines as well, but this is just adding a little bit just so they're just not just lines. Okay. Now the next thing that I need to do is create this title here, right here. Which, it's a Tim Holtz stamp for those of you that know Tim Holtz, all things Tim Holtz. I just liked the verse, so that's why I used it. I always stamp on a pad. It's easier for me to keep things clean that way. I get better images. But I wanted this to be gridded out in 3 different strips, so I'm only going to stamp the Live Your, then I'll stamp the Dream, then with Passion. That way I'll be able to cut it all out separately. Okay? And to do that, I'm going to use my Faber-Castell pen so I can control where my ink's going. And then we'll stamp it off. And then Dream. And that's okay that there's a little bit on the bottom there because I am going to cut that off. But I want to make sure I gave myself room to cut around there. And then with Passion. Okay. And it looks like I missed a little bit of the T, so we'll just add that in. Okay. Again, if there's a question on the screen, I did lose my chat box, so I am sorry if I'm missing something. Okay, I'm just going to cut this out and get this moved over. Okay. Now, our Minx you can use as a watercolor as well. And I'm going to use them now with a paintbrush just to fill in the dream. Okay. And dip it in. And a little goes a long, long way. I stamp on a foam pad. I think that I got it at a scrapbook store years and years and years ago, but it's just a foam, it's just like a hard foam, and it just gives a little bit of cushion. Marilyn actually just texted me a message, so that's why I knew to answer that one. Okay, and sorry it's a little tedious to watch me color this in with a paintbrush, but I'm almost done, guys, I promise. Now you can see I didn't even go back in. I didn't dip my brush a second time. I still got color on there, and I barely had any on there to start with. A little goes a long, long way with the Minx. Okay? Moving right along. Just because I'm going to be incredibly lazy and not get out any other glue, I'm going to go ahead and just use my clear coat to stick this all down, and it'll hold it. I hate to waste it, but I didn't grab anything else out, so just going to put some on there, and it'll hold it. Okay. Let me edge this up before I put it on here. I know you could put a clear coat on top of that. Well, these verses would have been cute too. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave it plain. A little sparkle is enough for me on this page. A little sparkle and a lot of shimmer. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to frame those little guys out. Oh, maybe I can do this without this. We'll cheat a little bit. And I'm just continuing with what I did to make it unified. Okay. Well, I got my pen in my hand, let me go back in and just add a couple little squiggles here and there, some dashes, some lines. There we go. It's coming along. Almost there. My wire. So if I wanted to go across here, and this is, so if I cut it here, it'll be probably just about perfect. Skinny paintbrush. Wrap. Stretch. And a couple beads to add a little bit of something. Let's see if I can get this to come back up here. I think it just moved to the bottom and I can't see it. Ah, there it is. Yes. Yes, now I can see it. Okay. Yes, you can use the clear coat to seal up it. Yep. Okay. This will just hook here. Stretch out to the bottom. There you go. The picture's going to slide in there. Okay. Okay, here we go. And done with my clear coat for now, so I'm going to go ahead and put my cap back on there. Oh no, I lied. I'm not done with my clear coat. I'm going to use it to stick on my sequins, and then we're going to be almost done. I don't have a picture for this because I'm going to put a different picture on there and I don't have one. Okay, so again, a little bit of clear coat, and I'm going to dab and sequins. And I could just leave them with little, I could use a different color sorbet and it would give me a dab of glittery goodness. But I just wanted to add some sequins to give this page a little bit more, just a couple embellishments here and there. Nothing too crazy. I thought the sequins went nicely with it. Plus, you know, whatever sticks out from underneath it really won't matter because it's just going to be a little extra glitter, which is always nice. And I think I did use some thickers at the top for a title. But for all intents and purposes, I think we're really about done. I can add the CHA down there if you guys want me to. But I think we're good. What do you guys think? Now that I found my little chat stream at the bottom of my screen underneath everything else. Do you want me to add a title on, or... Yeah? No? No? Yes? So here's like what it would look like with another picture. Like I said, I don't have the same picture. I don't have the same picture, but that'll give you an idea what it would look like. And see, just tucked under the wire. Okay. So I will put CHA on there, and then I'll ship this out to Stacy to add to her stack of my stuff. Oh, 'cause why not? Okay, let's see if I got another set of stickers. Okay, we'll use these and I'll just color them. They've never been opened. Imagine that. Put these back away. Quick little tip with your thickers, if you cut the edge off, you'll be able to put them right back in the plastic. See? Ooh, wasn't that easy? Woohoo! Push this down. And a black letter. Look at that. There we go. Fun splatters. White paper into a crazy inky layout. Pretty close. considering I had to control that with, you know, a straw. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And here's the original. There you go. Versus what we made tonight. Pretty stinking close, if I do say so myself. What do you think? Okay. Of course it's a cool picture. Robin's in it. Okay, ladies, thank you, sir, and gentlemen, whoever is on. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop record button. Make sure that we save this video. Because if I do it again, I might pass out. So thank you again for joining us. Next month we'll be back again. I think that I'm going to play with the gemstones for next month's Ustream because I missed them. So you will see lots of these. I think I'm going to play with some blues, greens, and purples. Won't that be fun? Here's something that I'm playing with, but this is Minx, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, thank you so much, and make sure that you join us in our Facebook group, Adventures in Art Anthology, and follow us on our Pinterest, and you'll see all of our wonderful products there. If you're not aware, we do have a design team call going on right now. So if you'd like to join us, we would love to see your work, and you can go ahead and send that on over to us. The link is up on the Facebook as well, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great night.